slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't
How to be able to run longer without stopping. Definitely a great question. One of the greatest attributes that you all have as athletes is your tenacity and your relentlessness and your focus to get better as a long distance runner. And it's not always easy when you're out of shape, when you have to, when you're not running the splits that you want, when you have a difficult time running, like say you want to go out and run a 10-mile long run, and you can only get through around 4 to 5 miles, and you just felt flat. The key to running longer without stopping really is about patience, and you have to have that in this sport. You have to be relentless. You have to be very patient with your training, and know that great results really come several months from now. And in many cases, new personal bests sometimes take over a year to create that and get in that flow state where you're running at such a fast pace where it feels like you're just doing just any other long run. Running longer without stopping, you just know the body will always adapt to the stresses you're placing on it. So if you're having a difficult time right now starting and finishing a run without stopping, continue to do this, okay? The body takes usually around 28 days to adapt to any type of stress you're placing on it. So right now, if you're having a hard time running, say, 7-minute mile pace for 5 miles, it's gonna feel so much easier 4 weeks from now. The key thing is to continue to do the workouts every single week. Don't change up your routine. Be patient with yourself. And no, there are going to be some challenges, especially when you're not in great shape. Okay, it takes time, it takes patience on the part of the athlete to get to a point where you can start and finish your long runs and your tempo runs without stopping. But no, the first start point is get out there and try to run for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then walk for 1 to 2 minutes, and repeat. Okay, if you can't run continually without stopping, then plan to run a larger portion of your workout running, and then spend a little bit of time during that workout walking until you adapt to the point where you can continue to run at a continual pace without stopping. And another thing to keep in mind is pacing. Okay, if you're having a difficult time running and without stopping, it could also be you're running too anaerobically. You're running too aggressive in the early stages of your buildup. Okay, if you're starting, say, a 16-week half marathon training plan, or maybe a 20-week marathon training plan, the key thing is build a strong aerobic base prior to the start of these training plans. Okay, don't just jump into a training program, whether it's one of mine or someone else's, and have not built any type of aerobic fitness prior to starting that. Okay, it gets easier. Okay, it's just frustrating, as I know from my own experience. It's frustrating when you're not in race shape and you're not in great anaerobic shape, and you have a very difficult time running without stopping. The key thing is to be persistent with what you're doing, and know that 3 weeks to 4 weeks from now, if you continue to train, you stay focused, you stay patient with yourself, you will get to a point where you can start and finish your runs without stopping. But you're also going to be able to start and finish your tempo runs and your long runs, and the paces per mile and paces per kilometer are going to be significantly faster prior to the start of when you had a really difficult time and you could barely run 3 to 4 miles without stopping. Okay, everybody has a starting point, and it doesn't matter if you're an elite athlete or you're just getting started. We all have to build that aerobic fitness first. I always recommend to athletes, prior to starting any training program, make sure that you build 4 to 8 weeks of easy, relaxed aerobic mileage. And don't focus so much on your speed. Don't focus on what pace per mile or pace per kilometer you're running at. Okay, the key thing is to build your endurance, be patient with yourself, build your fitness to a point where you can continually run without stopping. Okay, and this happens to athletes of all different backgrounds. They have to build that fitness first. And again, just know that if it's frustrating right now, it's going to get easier. Your paces are going to significantly increase. Your heart rate's going to drastically go down, depending on the terrain you're running on, of course. I mean, if you're running over hills or if it's super hot out, that's going to drastically affect your heart rate and it's going to slow your pace per mile. But if the weather conditions are decent and you're wearing a heart rate monitor, you're going to notice significant differences in the paces per mile you were running in the early few weeks of your buildup when you had a difficult time running without stopping, and now you're running from start to finish without stopping, and your paces per mile, paces per kilometer are drastically faster at the same heart rate you were running at the very beginning in the early stages of your buildup. So I think that's very important to keep in mind how to be able to run longer without stopping. Okay, you have to continue to work on your long runs. Don't get in the habit of running easy every weekend, but in the early stages of your buildup, you need to focus on just running long, slow, and easy before you start moving into faster long runs. Okay, again, we want to get to a point where you can start and finish these long runs without stopping. So first, focus on nice, easy, relaxed running at around 60% of your max heart rate, and just easy aerobic mileage. Again, the focus first has to be on laying that strong foundation of mileage before you start moving into faster, more specific race pace training, or training at paces at VO2 max effort where you're running 95 to 100% of your max heart rate. Again, it's a progression. You have to first focus on laying the bricks of that foundation of the home before you start building up all the other parts of the house. So I hope this video about how to be able to run longer without stopping has been helpful for you. If you have any other questions about this topic or anything else that's on your mind, feel free to leave me a comment below. I will definitely respond back to you. Check out the resources below these videos, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. They're definitely there to help you get to the next level in your training and racing. Wish you all great success in your build-up. And again, just be patient with yourself. It's going to get easier. The training is going to get much more easier for you. The paces you're running right now and you're having a difficult time running right now are going to get so much more manageable several months from now. So be patient with yourself. It's going to happen. And I wish you all the best in your training and racing, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.